Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talks with Todd.
Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back with Talks with Todd, man. I'm your host, B. Todd, and today we have another special guest. And listen, let me tell y'all something real quick. Since y'all been watching season 4, like I said, everything been all about marriage, okay? Without a relationship, there's no marriage. Without attraction, there's no relationship. So, with that being said, I'm telling y'all right now, I got one of the funniest hosts that I know personally, okay? She has a show called RawButReal. She's a business owner. See this hat that I'm wearing? This is her brand, okay? She does this. She has a show called RawButReal, comes on Monday at 6 p.m. Make sure y'all tap in. She's a great woman. She's hilarious. She know how to dress, okay? She's one of the flyest women I know as well, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Rhea.
I feel like so special.
That's what's up. Good.
But that's what
you're supposed to feel like. That's what you're supposed to feel like.
That's what a host supposed to do.
Yeah.
Give me some pointers, Todd.
Yes, definitely.
No,
definitely.
Thank you for having me.
No, I appreciate you.
I'd be remiss if I did not mention my other co-hosts on RawButReal. Shout out to Gianna.
Shout out
and
to
Darnell.
And D. What up?
They had to work. They were invited, guys.
Yeah.
But they had to work. So I'm here to represent.
Definitely. I appreciate
and have
it.
a good conversation.
Yeah, and that's what this is going to be. This is going to be a great conversation. Mm-hmm. Now, you came up with the topic, so I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce it.
I did. No, I had it in a different form.
Oh, you had a different form. Okay, I'm going to introduce it, but you could do your thing. Mm-hmm. You can put your spin on it. You are what you attract.
And I said, are you what you attract?
Yes. So
it's a question for me.
Yeah. So we can go back and forth about it. That's cool. That's cool. It'll be great. It'll be a great conversation. So, what made you come up with this topic?
Watching the show.
Okay.
We were watching the show. I want to say it was the one where Britt was on.
Okay.
And I called in, and I was like, no, that's gonna be. We were talking about something. And I was like, that's a good topic. We were talking about just attraction and something. I can't remember how we got on it, but I said, but are we what we attract? Like if somebody accepts something. Because men come up to you with their pants sagging down and all this stuff. And I was like, but as I got older, I said, what about me is attracting that type of man?
Right.
I had to be mature enough to understand, okay, it's about me. Some people don't look at it like that. No shade. It is what it is. But I had to say, okay, if I keep attracting the same type of men, what am I doing?
That's interesting. That's interesting. I get that. Yeah. I get that. And then, with time, that does change, especially when you mature. Because like I was saying the episode before last, actually, I started attracting a different caliber of women since I've been with my wife. And that showed me how much I matured because the ladies that's been hitting on me, like that was hitting me on as of late, have been older women. You know what I'm saying?
You just got women hitting on you, huh?
But not like, it ain't like crazy like that. But when it happens, it's normally by somebody that's older than me, but they just carry themselves well. You know what I'm saying? So it has started happening often. I'm like, wow, maybe I'm maturing. And on top of that, maybe it's something else about me that I'm not seeing that somebody else older is seeing.
Right, and it's not like we have low self-esteem. That's not what we're saying. It's you just be like, okay, what? Like when I come out the house in my regular stuff, nothing on. That's when I attract all these people because it's an aura, it's the energy about you.
Yeah,
it's not what you got on. Although I like to wear my boots.
Yeah, right. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
The boots. These boots are made for walking. I like to, because I don't dress up like that at work. Right. I can't wear heels at work. Gotcha. So when I'm out of work, I like to wear boots. And I just think ladies should, even if you got on a baseball cap and your hair not done, you can still, with the bonnets, that stuff, ladies.
Yeah, that's ghetto to me.
I don't understand it. I even asked the girl at the bank one time. I said, I don't mean no disrespect. I said, you are a very beautiful young lady. I said, why the pajama pants and the bonnet? Right. I just wanted to know. She was like, I just ran out. I had to run real quick. I said, but that's like if you going. I said, not even if you going to the drive-in. I said, you came into the bank.
Right.
And she started laughing. And she was like, but she was very polite. She wasn't like, who you offended? Talking to? Yeah. She wasn't offended at all. She followed I said, here, let me show you. I got a podcast. I said, I'm going to bring this up. She was fine with it. But she just was like, I ain't think about it like that.
I swear you were like the promo queen. Like, you would slide the pod in there somewhere. I love that. Like, that is dope to me, how you do that.
Absolutely.
Like, you hit her up, you hollered at her about something totally off, but then you was like, let me help you out a little bit.
Let me help you out. Give me your phone.
Yeah.
You got YouTube?
Yep.
RawButReal.
Yep.
Let me put it in for you. And I hit subscribe.
That's fire.
That's how you get them on up there.
Yeah, that is fire, though. I love how you do that.
Got to.
But, yeah, I think that means a lot when you addressing her and letting her know, like, hey, you look nice. It was all about your delivery. That's why you didn't get a crazy reaction.
You never know nowadays. I do got to be careful. And then you can pick up on people's energy. And she wasn't like ghetto. Now, some ghetto people, I'd be like, I'm not going to say nothing. Yeah. That's true, because you already know the inner demeanor. But it's good, and it's good that you pick up on the energy, because that means a lot, too. Like, a lot of people sleep on energy. Like, that's the one thing that can't lie besides numbers. That's true. So now it can shift.
Yes.
It can shift.
Definitely to shift.
And I'd be like, oh, like our energy was good. And then I'm like, what happened?
Now, what type of men have you been attracting lately?
None, because I ain't been out there.
Okay.
Shout out to Shan. Hey, Shan. None, to be quite honest. Now, when I went out the other night for my god sister's birthday, shout out to, what is this spot? The new spot. Y'all know what I'm talking about, in Southfield.
I forgot the name of it.
The Hideaway or Hide.
Okay.
But I'm looking at sponsorships. Looking at different things like that, too. When we go out and anybody we're supporting, they need to be supporting us.
Right.
But that's a whole nother topic. But I go out, having a good time. It's a big place. I'm walking around, just walking, going through. And I thought I was past the age or the stage where somebody tried to grab you. Oh. And I said, what did I have on that day that made you feel like
you could
grab me? Because I'm definitely not that one that you try to grab. I've never presented that aura. I'm like, and I put you together real quick. I don't like that touchy-feely stuff. I've never been that one until I get to know you.
Right, got you.
But he was like, hey, baby, what's up, something? And I said, oh, I'm sorry. He was like, what? I said, no, I'm sorry. I said, I must have did something that made you think that you could talk to me that way.
Right.
I said, because I'm a lady. Last time I checked, I'm a lady. He was like, well, damn. I said, yeah, step up your game.
Yes.
That's not being off-putting or anything, but it was your approach. Don't come at me like just regular. I can't do it.
So wait a minute. Now, if a guy did grab your hand, right, and because he was attracted to you, if you were attracted to him, would you be?
It would be okay.
Okay, got you. Okay, I just making sure.
If he grabbed I think the grabbing is gonna be off-putting to me anyway, regardless.
Does it depend on how he grabs you?
Yes. It does depend on how you grab.
Okay. So you don't want the aggressive.
I don't like like, come here, girl, like a caveman. Don't do that.
Okay, got you. I got you.
Like, don't do that.
Yeah. All right, that's different.
But just like, hey, love, how you doing? Or love, or maybe it's the baby. I don't know. His approach was just all wrong. He wasn't a bad-looking guy, but his approach was wrong. So I didn't feel it. Like,
So has anybody approached you like perfectly fine and everything went smooth after that?
Honestly, the longest relationships that I've been in has been through mutual people I know. Okay. Like if somebody introduced me or I already developed some kind of friendship with you, just, regular kicking it, talking. But yeah, the approach, hey, how you doing? The flirtiness, you can kind of catch when somebody flirting with you.
Gotcha.
So you just let that keep going, but that's been a while.
Okay.
Your girl's single. She's not looking though. And that's why I'm not attracting anything. Yeah. Because I'm not looking.
You see her hat. Say grown woman focused.
I am focused.
She's staying focused.
On business right now. I'm on business. But I'm 48, which people at my job, they were like, you in your 40s, Rhea? That's crazy. I say, yeah, I'm 48. But
when you are open to a relationship again, what are you looking for? Or what do you want to attract?
I want to attract a God-fearing man. That's the one.
Okay.
By God-fearing, I do not mean holier than thou.
Right.
I do not mean that you are so heavenly, you're so heavenly bound that you know earthly good.
Right, exactly.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
Not to say that can't happen, because in spirituality, you grow.
Yes, absolutely.
So it could change. I could be a deaconess later in life.
Deaconess.
Who knows? I could could be the deaconess of the church, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Right now, though, my journey is, I hate to sound selfish, but me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I can't give to you if I'm not taking care of me.
There you go. Yes.
So right now, I got to take care of me. I've always said this. Anybody that follows RawButReal, anybody that follows me, you know my situation. I live with my mama, or my mama live with me. However you want to word it.
Yeah.
So for me right now, I'm not in a stage to be in a relationship because I don't have my own space.
Right. I get what you're saying. So you want to make it so you're more so like literally on your severe independence.
Absolutely.
Like I got everything together.
And that's
it's
when
just
I've been
me.
in relationships, when I am not there. Because I said the next relationship I get in, that will be marriage.
Got you.
I'm getting, not just moving out. Because right now, relationships cost.
Yeah,
Let's just be honest about it.
They do indeed. All those holidays, yeah, you're right. They do cost. I mean,
then it's time and attention. I'm taking care of my cousin's kids, and 2-year-olds running around. It's a lot.
Yeah,
and I ain't even birthed no kids, but I'm got responsibility of kids.
Yeah,
so.
Which is pretty much the same, because if you take care of them, it's like they did come from you.
Yeah.
So
I
don't
understand how these mothers is leaving these kids. I don't get that. I ain't even birthed. Like I am so connected to these children. And I have not physically birthed them. To be pregnant, give birth, have a child, and not want to take care of the child. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I get it. I definitely understand.
I can imagine loving them no more than I already do.
Yeah.
And to just ignore them or be like, oh, well, I got to go do this because I want to do that. No, I'm a package deal at this point.
Yeah.
48 with 2-year-old twins. Come get me.
Yeah, right. But that's good, though. That's good. At least you know what you want, because most women don't. So that's.
And I had that problem, too. Okay. I'm glad you asked that question, because I did have that problem. Like, I thought what I thought I wanted and got, I couldn't hold on to.
So what was that process like?
Oh, that process was harder for him. I was probably wrong.
Okay.
In hindsight, I'm thinking I want the same things. So I got defensive about a lot of things. Didn't realize that probably until into the relationship. But the energy shifts, so you both catch it.
Right.
And it's you maturely can go away from each other. When you get older, you kind of be like, I ain't got time for this.
Right.
So you catch the red flags, throw them out, and regroup.
Got you.
So you just hope it doesn't affect the friendship. It did for a minute, but I think we're good now.
You know why y'all could be friends? Because you took accountability. A lot of women are afraid of that A word.
Men need to take accountability as well.
I'm not saying they don't, but you did it, which was important, because most women don't. A lot of women have been brought up to believe that because they got what they got between their legs, they ain't got to take accountability, not realizing, hey, it's somebody out there that got something warmer, juicier, and tighter than you.
Exactly.
So you got to relax.
And probably wants it more. Because like I said, I'm busy.
Yeah, right.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I talk a good game, but I wasn't like, I said, look, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm straight. My sex drive ain't the same as yours. So that was the first red flag for him.
Okay.
So my accountability did not come right away. Let's not get that twisted.
Okay. Yeah,
my accountability did not come in the relationship.
I don't think nobody does. It took a while for mine to kick in. It took for my relationship to be over for me to take my accountability.
Yeah. And I was like, I said we should still be able to be in the same circles, be cordial. But no, it's no, like, I don't hate you. I hope you don't hate me. And I wish you well.
Right.
That Usher song is my life.
Right.
The Usher song is everything to me. Like, we good.
Yeah.
Like, good.
Yeah.
That probably should have been a sign, because that was like my jam when we was dating. That probably should have been his first red flag.
Yo, you crazy.
But you keep on pushing, thinking it's going to get this way. But no, that was like my last relationship, but that was, 2 years ago?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm straight.
And so are you friends with most of your exes?
Yes.
Okay, so explain that to me. Explain that. How does that happen?
Well, you start out as friends, so you don't just get rid of your friendship because you started having sex. Because let's face it, that's all a relationship is. It's just a friendship that you have sex.
Yeah, but sometimes that can ruin it too.
And it has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my close friends, miss him to this day. But we messed up by starting a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We really did, because our friendship was more proud. Our friendship, we're still friends, but it's nothing like it was.
Yeah, it's never gonna be
nothing like it was.
Once you throw sex in there, it's not gonna be the same. But
especially if it's good sex.
If it's good, it's definitely gonna. Here's the thing too, though. What people fail to realize is that when you do throw sex into the friendship, right? Mm-hmm. You're not gonna be the same, but you can start a new friendship off of that.
What, a sex ship?
No. You could just try to basically change the level. Is what happened.
That's some pimp stuff, Todd.
No,
you know what? Don't let Todd fool y'all. He be having that game.
It's not game. It's not game.
What's the sign again? What was we talking about? Geminis. And what you say about Scorpios and Leos?
They're. What did I say? Oh, they're the most. They have been the most competitive to me. Yeah.
Scorpio here, in case y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
And your wife is a Leo, correct?
Yep.
There we go. Shout out to the wife.
Thank you. Yeah.
But yeah, so how did your wife feel about you having female friends?
She hates it. However, but here's the thing. I had to explain something to her, and I just said this on the morning show. I have more female friends than male friends because men act like women, especially when it comes down to, for whatever reason, me. Okay, for me, for whatever reason, when it come down to women, dudes really be switching up. I've had friendships in because they're mad about some woman that was interested in me, and I probably wasn't even paying attention to her.
Wow.
So you see what I'm saying?
Guys go through that, huh?
Yes, but
I just be like, hey, your hoe chose me. I was like, that's how girls talk.
But here's the problem, though. This what you don't understand too, though. I'm different from most black men. I'm a short black man in America. So these dudes look at me like I'm not supposed to get this type of girl because I'm not at that height. Meanwhile, they don't realize I make up for my height with a lot of different areas. A lot of different areas.
No disrespect.
No, but no, it's more. It's deeper than that. I know how to talk to women. I know how to talk to women. So they miss that. They like, oh, I'm tall, I'm handsome, I can get this, I get that. I'm like, but meanwhile, I can get your girl easier just from talking.
Slide right on.
You don't know how to talk to them, and that's what I loved about that's what I learned how to embrace me being the short man. I sneak right in.
You do.
Where everybody else is not looking at me. Oh, he ain't competition. Good. I'm glad you think that, my guy.
And here you go.
Yeah.
So
that's why it becomes a problem, because the guys was feeling like, oh, I'm not supposed to be getting that. I don't deserve that. I didn't earn that. Like, no, actually I did. 'Cause I had to work a little harder than you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't looking at me like that either till I kept talking to her.
You had to change the trajectory.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, is your wife taller than you?
No.
Well, see, that works then.
But even if she would, but see, when she throwing heels, she is, and she still feel comfortable though. Because I make her feel safe. I make her feel comfortable, and my confidence exudes.
Now, were you always confident like that?
No, I was not. It took time. It took a long time for me to get confident.
Because I have a lot of short jokes.
Yeah, it took I don't care. It's cool.
No, not about you, but I'm saying I used to shoot out a lot of short jokes in general, like, and I'm short. So I used to be like, if you shorter than me.
Yeah, but I get that. I understand that, because in my mind, it's okay for a girl to be short. I've never met a guy that was like, oh, she too short for me. I'm going to think he gay. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it has happened. I have met guys that said that I was too short. I've heard
about it happening, and I think that's weird. Yeah. Because I don't think a man should care about that.
Like, that's like, you like a little dwarf. And I was like, I am nowhere near dwarf. Is that why I wear heels? See, now I just diagnosed myself. Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. But I do like heels, even though my cankles, y'all, 48. It ain't gonna last long. The ankles be breaking, okay?
Yeah, but back to your question though, like, when I explained it to my wife, she understood it, but she still don't like it because she understands how women work. She understands how their mind work. She understands how sneaky they could be. Somebody that could appear to be a friend could really be on another level, and I won't see it, but she'll see it. And we've been through that before. You know what I'm saying? I had to drop somebody because she was trying to play that role.
I do agree. I shout out to my best friend Court. He ain't gonna watch this no way. Him or his wife, because they be at work. But them two, I appreciate her so much, because I do have male best friends. Like, that's my male best friend, and whether she don't or not, I'll never know how she really feels because they both are loving and caring to me.
Right.
They don't say it's no, oh, why she got to do this? Like, he just threw us his mama's 75th surprise birthday party.
Right.
He had called and was like, you know any venues? I said, well, we're waiting now. Ask your wife first now.
Yeah.
Don't be having me doing stuff. Like, he was like, no, she's fine. Like, and I get there early to try to help. I was like, what you need? I'm asking his wife, asking him, and everybody working together. So that's why I have a different outlook on friendships, because I feel like it can work because I know what I'm capable of doing.
Got you. Okay.
So I don't, like you say, she sees things in a sneaky way. I'm not saying you got to check yourself sometimes, but I know how I am and how I operate.
Right.
So I'm not going to think the worst of everybody because I know I'm not the worst.
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing. She don't really think the worst of everybody, but it'd be certain people, it'd be like, I got to keep my eye on her.
This is true.
So it don't be everybody.
This is true.
It's just certain ones. And I understand that too, because I had to, but I'm one of the people, I got to see it for myself. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what pissed her off even more. She like, in her mind, trust my judgment.
Here's a sign.
Yeah.
If you're sweating and she's like, oh, you're sweating, friend. No, Miss Molly. Sit yourself down.
Yeah.
There's nobody dabbing my man's sweat but me.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get your plate. No, Miss Molly.
Yeah.
Sit on down, Miss Molly.
Yeah.
I got my man plate.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
unless I'm busy and I ask you to get his plate, that's different.
Yeah.
There's rules to this game, baby.
Oh yeah.
There's rules.
And nobody really ever got like out of
We
pocket.
see y'all comments. I just went to, we see y'all comments, but this is Ty's show.
Yeah.
Okay? So just hold on.
I normally, we definitely
waits.
see it. I wait a minute, you know, I'm going to get my award-winning engineer on it in a minute.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Telly's the greatest. My favorite engineer personally.
Mine too.
Yeah, most definitely.
Absolutely.
So,
She is definitely the best.
Yes.
And she got on her grow up and focus hat.
appreciate y'all. Yes.
Yes, for
Gotta
real.
support.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I just think that, you know, people do need to pay more attention to their significant other. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, again, they might see things that nobody else can see. Like, I know for a fact that if my wife, she had a male friend, if I met him and he was just he was doing the most, and she probably think it's regular, I'm going to tell her, like, listen, this is why some women can't have male friends, because somebody is just chilling, waiting their turn.
So what if it, like, how I just gave you some signs on how we know we feel like they don't. What's some signs for men that another man is doing too much for your lady?
Oh, man. Okay. So
like, you taking your coat off and he's like, oh, let me help you. No, see, that's a gentleman thing.
No.
Okay, good.
No, it's not just, no. Sometimes being a gentleman those are signs.
Oh, Lord.
Those are signs. Yeah, because
my brothers do that though.
No,
so
but
I don't.
Okay, but when the man is already around, you got to relax. When a man is already around, you gotta chill. Now, it's one thing if the dude just not paying no attention. Okay. So you gotta have some balls to really try to do that in front of the guy.
It's happening.
You know what I'm saying? And I know it's happening because I've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this dude's stupid. I'm like, watch this. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen because I've done it, but also I've seen it happen to other people. And I'll tell them like, hey, bro, you need to pay attention to your woman because somebody's gonna swoop in. And I didn't tell them because I don't like drama. So I didn't tell them like right then and there, like, hey, what my mans was trying to pull, because I didn't want nothing to happen because it was my party. But I was like, dog, you got to pay more attention to your woman, straight up. And he was like, what you mean?
That was deep.
Yeah, and that's another thing. This is another reason I do not like men. They when you try to talk to them about their woman, they think they know everything, and they don't. They don't. Y'all don't even be paying attention. Like, and this is where men fail. This is how women end up cheating. This is how they end up, well, not even cheating. Sometimes they make the choice to leave.
Yeah, because I'll leave before I cheat on you.
Yeah.
I'll leave. I'm not going to cheat.
Yeah.
I don't have time, and my memory bad. So I can't be messing around.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So I just be trying to put people up on game and let them know like how things be working, because I've seen too much and I've done a lot. So it sucks though, because when you try to talk to them about it, they don't receive it well. When a man, I'm telling you, when it's different. For some reason, when women talk to women about their dude, it's received. But when a man try to talk to another man about his woman, it's always some denial.
Now, it's a catch-22 to that, because sometimes with women, we don't receive it either.
Okay.
It depends on who's handling.
There you go.
Because I love my girls to death, but I can't learn nothing from the rest of my single friends. If I want to be married one day, I got to be talking to some married women.
Yeah.
And I tell my married friends sometimes when they going through their stuff and they like, I just want to be single. I said, no, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't. Because I have more married friends than single.
Okay.
So I learn a lot from them ladies. And fellas, stop thinking that the single friend is the one that's trying to. We keeping y'all marriages together.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. Yes.
Because trust me, we warning them not to try to come on out here on this other side. It is not everything it is. And if you're going to go through it with somebody, go through it with. I ain't saying accept abuse or none of. I'm not saying anything like that detrimental. Absolutely seek help, seek counseling.
Yes.
Do what you got to do and save your kids. There's kids involved, different things. But if you just mad because he left the toilet seat up or the toothpaste off the cap or he snore or you don't like the way he hold his fork, stop. You being picky about things.
Right.
And you just getting tired of each other. Right. So just try to revamp a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I agree.
Start dating each other again.
That's it. Just let that recharge. That's what y'all need to do, and that'll work. Tell you who we got in the comments.
Yes. So Calvin, Calvin C. Mann said men like natural beauty.
Indeed.
Richard Heath said, good afternoon, bro.
What up, though?
Brittany Chanel said, hey, y'all.
Hey.
Alicia White said, hey.
Hey, Alicia.
Robin.
That's my sister.
Yeah, she said, hey, sister. Alicia said, yeah, I feel you. I love my kids. Fee said, is your topic related to Proverbs 23:7? What you are, what you attract. Robin said, dudes act like girls. Yeah. Fee said, in the spiritual aspects of your relationship, you need godly intervention because you might need to know where you fit spiritually with each other.
Oh, that's good.
Fee also said, I got to go, Brandon. Hit you up later. And Tam said, well, y'all talking that talk.
That's what happened
today, y'all.
What up, Tam? Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. I see bro just came in.
And she said the women don't be listening either. Yeah. Hey, Rhea just said that. Yeah, you right, though.
Come back. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
what up, though, Dice? Yeah.
Yeah,
hey,
Dice said, what up, though, family? Hey, Dice.
Yo, so, have you ever been with somebody that some of your friends might have been attracted to?
That they been with you.
What?
Not just attracted to.
Wait a minute. Wait. So they was with them before you or what?
It depends. We might have switched off. It depends. Hey.
Switched off?
Might have switched off. We was kids.
Okay,
you gotta remember, I'm 48. So in middle school.
Okay, no. Let's go from when you grown.
No. So, but things like that happen through history.
True.
So
okay.
If y'all like, we was kicking it in middle school and now we older and now I'm talking to the guy you liked in middle school. Like that, stuff like that has happened.
Okay.
And they be mad.
Yeah, because
they still be mad.
Because sometimes women are very territorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they sometimes, small-minded.
We've also had this happen with women. We can be, especially at barbecues, picnics. That's why, you ever notice when you're around a group of women, they'll never say the dude's name. I need to know names.
Right, yeah.
Because it's very possible we have dated the same guy. Mm-hmm. But my rule is, if we are close friends, our family, and I didn't know nothing about this man, and I pop up with the man, and you're like, oh, girl, he used to try to talk to me back in the day. Okay, used to try to talk to you and talking to you is two different things, babe.
There you go.
If it was somebody you was in a relationship with, that's different. I would know them, though.
Yeah.
But if y'all just smashed or something happened, sorry, it depends. Okay. I might look at it different. But if I'm serious about the person, I honestly, if it was in the past, I don't care. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Call me wrong.
Oh my God! Can you hit the claps for me? Listen, no. I'm gonna tell you why I told you to hit the claps, because I have a saying that I live by: enjoy your turn. Okay? Don't nobody care about who you was with before me. I'm the one that mattered.
Yes.
I could care less about that being your wife, or you know what I'm saying. None of that stuff matters because we're nobody's property, y'all. That's what it is. Stop acting like because you was with that person, y'all used to smash. Okay, cool, that's great. What does that mean?
As my friend, I never knew about it, so I'm not wrong in the loyalty aspect if I didn't know that y'all out here secretly smashing. Then I had a girlfriend of mine, she was married, and the dude she was cheating with was trying to talk to me, and she's like, well, that's my fee. I don't know you messing with this man, and you got a whole husband.
Exactly.
So I can't talk to him?
Selfish.
I
Territorial.
probably missed my husband back then. That's
Yeah.
around being loyal to that, and I don't even know where she at now.
See, sometimes you got to stop being. Hey, listen, don't block your blessings.
Or at least
Stop
had a good smash or something. She probably blocked me from a lot.
Don't block your blessings being loyal to everybody for everything, especially in a situation like that. Like your homegirl was married.
Exactly.
No, that guy was free range.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
Know who I'm talking about. But yes, I
Yeah.
will never forget that. Like, how are you upset with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, when it comes down, you said you ain't been outside, right? So
No.
when you do plan on going back outside, what are you hoping for? Not looking for, but hoping for.
Hoping for. Honestly, I can't answer it, and that's probably why I'm not attracted. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not.
That's fair.
I have to be honest with myself and say, right now in this stage of my life, honestly, I hate to sound like a gold digger, I need some financial stability.
That's right. No. You know what? No, let me. Women need to bring back gold digging.
Hello, get the shovel.
No, here's why. Because this will keep a bunch of bums out of y'all inboxes. This will keep a bunch of bums from talking to y'all.
That's deep
all of that. Keep gold digging alive. What's up, caller? You on the air? Yo.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's happening? What up,
man?
What's going on, man? I would say like what she talking about as far as like anybody on the west side, you have to move very, very, very careful.
Okay.
Because this is a big part of the side of town, but it's a small part because you got people from Farmington Hills, Southfield, Oak Park. You went to Benedictine, Bishop Borges. You went to Redford. You went to Cody,
Who is
McKenzie,
this?
Dorian?
Henry. Yes,
Dorian.
Yes.
Okay, Dorian. You know I would tell you 2 minutes. Just take it in my show.
Shoot. Okay.
I love
All
it.
right.
Dog.
Look.
I love it.
I got about like a minute and 20 seconds left.
All right, go ahead, bro.
But yeah, you got to move differently on this side of town. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as who you knowing and who dated who. That's why I'm so happy I'm out the game as far as with all of that. Because there's I know a lot of women. I'm like you, Tom. I know a lot. And here's the thing. I am mostly friends with a lot of the females that I know. But we're not friends until I get probably that little thing right there. So I need that loyalty. You know what I'm saying? I need something that means something to you. You got to give me something that means something to you for me to get my loyalty, to get my brain, to pick my brain, all of that. I come and save you out of this situation because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes like, man, I feel like everybody can use a little help, but at the same time, there's a certain oath that needs to be taken. You know what I'm saying? As far as what we gonna do as friends, because men and women cannot. It's got to be something. It's got to be something in with her. She probably made. I don't know what a woman could. They don't even think like we think. You know what I'm saying? We be leveraging. They don't leverage at all. Y'all got to learn how to leverage, ladies. That's gonna save you a whole lot. Look, y'all break that dick in the glass. Break that dick in the glass and see what it gets you.
Yeah, can't have emergency.
Yes, look. Don't do it up for emergency no more. Do it with some plan, with a plan. You know what I mean? Because all these cats out here, sometimes I need to reward brothers for being dick in the glass for so long and still looking out. You feel me? Shit, give them some of that.
Lord
you gonna
Jesus.
make that look. You gonna make that relationship much more stronger.
Or stalkier.
I'm speaking.
Because unfortunately, some dudes don't know how to handle something that they had that's better than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You know how you know some of those dudes that didn't got something that they wasn't really worthy of, and they was like, oh man, I gotta have that, and they don't know how to act after that. So
that's true.
It's a lot of those out there.
It's a lot of those, but that's the thing. This is where you got to train your daughters, your sisters, your nieces, as far as who you look. You can befriend a lot of people, but some people that like I said before, that are basically could be your man in the future, and you've been holding out, trying to, well, I'm gonna keep them in that zone, because I tell a lot of dudes, and I don't know y'all women, no woman has ever admitted this, but I know it's true. I know it's true.
I gotta hear
People
this.
that the people that y'all sleep with, y'all secretly despise them, whether it's your husband, boyfriend, or whatever. You really, because he's the person that's supposed to scratch that itch, right? A lot of times these relationships is built off that itch getting scratched. And y'all are way 2 times more hornier than men.
No.
2 times more. Y'all try to label us as horn dogs, and oh, he's just a dog and he'll bang anybody. Men are a lot more discerning than you think. And if you reward a brother that you sat here and put in the dick in the glass moment, he will reward you with a kind of loyalty, a kind of respect, a kind of certain situation. So, like, you may go move on. He may look, I know I smashed me and her good friends, and she got a new boyfriend. Shit. He could secretly vet it out by, like, look, let's play the cousin role. I'm like your cousin or something, right?
Oh, Lord. Who doing all of these things in the world?
You'd
be surprised how many females do that.
Yeah, I'm in a different circle.
Hey, Dorian, I appreciate you calling, bro. Yo,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, listen, he made a good point, though. Sometimes here's what I will say. Discernment sometimes depends on your upbringing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it depends on if you was born out of whoredom and all of that. So
yeah.
I will say that. But Dorian did bring up a good point as far as everybody kind of like sharing each other to some extent. I'm from Detroit, but I say it all the time. Born and raised in Detroit, but Inktown made me. Inkster is a very different place, and it's very small, tight knit.
Never been.
Okay, well.
Where is Inkster?
Listen, it's about 30 minutes from here.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's about
I know
the airport.
Inkster Road, so that ain't Inkster.
It's by the airport. It's by Romulus.
Okay, no. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, so,
Romulus, Inkster.
Yeah,
okay.
so Inkster's very small, and the reason why I love Inkster so much is because Inkster made me start being truthful with women. Okay, so there were times when I was calling myself a player or whatever, I wasn't telling the truth. I was lying and all that other crap, selling dreams. Then it got to a point where I realized, I'm messing with women that are close but not close.
Yeah.
So let me start telling the truth. So when I started telling the truth, that ended up opening the gap for me as far as my range of women, because a lot of men weren't telling the truth. My boys at the time looked at me like I was nuts for being honest.
What I call them, Earl? I told you game.
But it ain't really game. It wasn't game. I just had to realize, wait a minute, I'm not gonna win when it comes down to certain stuff because I'm not hitting the height requirement. So I gotta do something different than these other fools so I can get what I want. So that's where the honesty came in, and I use that as leverage.
So that's what you're saying. You agree with Dorian on the leverage. So how can women use leverage?
Women, well, you know what? To be honest, some women they could start by being transparent.
Yeah, just like I said, I need some money.
Yeah, they can start by
I need sponsors. I need investors.
Yes.
I need, if you're not a part of what I'm trying to build, or understand that I do have to network. I do have to go out and meet people. Unless you're trying to finance something, I need to go out and do things.
This will help a lot of women in the long run with men. This is why I said bring back gold digging. Because guess what?
For it.
Because guess what? This will weed out all the bull from these dudes that's brokies that can't help you. Yeah. Outside of giving you some penis.
Exactly.
Like, anybody could do that.
Because the older men now, they don't even want to. It's not even about sex no more. Yeah. They just want you to be happy.
There you go.
And if you just got to do them a little hand job, do what you got to do, ladies.
Yes. Do what you got to do.
But things that we turned our nose up at younger, now we wishing the man that's all he wanted. Yeah. And then he'll just break you off. Yeah. It is what it is.
So, yeah, I agree. I agree. You just start being transparent. Start being more upfront. A lot of women are, I don't know if they scared or they just don't got it.
They just don't know. They just don't know what they want. It's not about being, for me, it's not about being scared. It's one day I want to be happily married and in a family, and the next day I just want to be
left alone.
Single. Or I might want to just be freaky and act like you. I don't know you, but that's with my man. I like to role play. Okay. I like to be at the bar, act like strangers, and you know.
See, that's cool.
I like stuff like
that's
that.
That's exciting when you're in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
And everybody don't understand it. Be like, that's weird. So once you get that vibe from a person, you don't go more into what you would like, because there's no point. If you was clinching at that, you really wouldn't want to hear the rest of my statement.
Yeah. I definitely believe that transparency will help women a long way, like for real. And then on top of that, also get it out of your that whole loyalty thing to the friends. You probably did miss out on a husband, especially with the one that actually had a husband. Yeah. Like, I'll be damned if one of my homies tell me, "Hey man, you know the girl that tried to talk to you, that's your girl." I'm like, that's your what? He's like, yeah, I used to mess with her. Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy yourself? Because I'm about to enjoy myself, nigga.
That's crazy.
I don't care about that stuff.
Madness.
You don't own that woman's body. She gonna do what she wanna do anyway. What up, though, caller? You on the air?
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, this is Medina.
What's going on, Medina?
Nothing much. It's funny she mentioned the older men.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Hey, Miss Medina, what's going on?
No, it's true. They really do just want to see you happy.
Yes.
And I don't even think I'm gonna talk to anybody my age anymore. Just give me an old man.
I'm for it. Where we gonna go together? Where can we find him at? The golf course?
Yeah.
I found one right at the gas station, honey.
Okay.
Pumping gas. Pumping gas, and he's been pumping my gas ever since then.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
It's something about a man pumping your gas. Like, no, literally just pumping your gas. Not
just
like in a...
whenever it's time for gas. You need your gas?
Yes.
Yep, I sure do.
That's what's up.
It's a turn on. Fellas, that's all you got to do is pump our gas. I'm trying to tell you.
You know how many women I've seen getting out their car while some lazy bum was sitting in the passenger side with the seat back.
Yeah.
And I look, when I was single or when I was just out here fooling, I would purposely go up to her like, "Hey, you need me to get that for you? Get back in the car." "Oh, no, I'm good. Or the dude to jump out and say, "Oh, I got it." Like, yeah, man, step it up, because I could have got her that quick in front of you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah, and then but talking to an older guy, it has its ups and downs as well.
Yeah, especially if you're still and younger, you want to still be active.
Right.
It
Downs,
can.
Right, more downs. No pun intended.
That might not be so bad. Well, the downs on us are on them. No.
It could go either way, honestly.
Yeah, because they can't do a lot. But they got pills.
They got medicine. But
they got pills.
I don't think insurance pays for it. It's really expensive.
Yeah.
They all can't afford it.
They can get honey packs. They got them at the gas station where he was at, pumping the gas.
I don't know if honey packs work on.
They do.
I don't get what I don't get is the younger dudes using them. I'm like, why do you need honey packs? Dog, the dudes and I asked the young guy I asked one of these YNs, I'm like, what are you doing with those? You know how much energy I had when I was your age? He was like, dog, no, I do this so they'll never forget me. I'm like, I was doing that when I was your age, bro.
He just messed with the system. Now he really gonna need them when he gets older.
Oh,
exactly.
He gonna need a lot.
That's a lot of stamina, because women, we don't need all that time. Yeah. I don't even need 40 minutes. 30 is fine. 15. I don't know. It depends on the day.
Here's my thing. When the chemistry right, you gonna come quick. Yeah. That regardless. When the chemistry right, if that man know your body like that, it ain't about to take that long.
Now, one thing I can say as a woman, I'm not coming just off of oral. This is a 1 p.m. show, so I'm trying not to be too graphic. But if that's just oral, like, women still need penetration. Yeah. Because that's the case, you might as well just be lesbian. I'm just saying.
There you go. We appreciate you calling, Medina.
I want to say though.
Go ahead.
Just to what y'all was saying, like, just be honest. Be honest. Hold on, phone ringing. No, just be honest with whoever, whether they're young or old or whatever. Just be honest about your intentions, what it is that you want, and don't waste nobody's time. Don't let waste yours.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's good.
That's real. Appreciate you calling in.
Talk to you later.
For sure.
Very true.
Peter said go find them at Home Depot.
That's what my sister and them say. That's where they say me and our Lowe's Home Depot, anywhere where somebody building something.
Yeah, and that makes sense because if when you get your crib, you gonna need some stuff fixed.
I am.
You got the guy right there. You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense. And most women, and
that's why I'm gonna start going to museums. Things that I like to do. I need to just go to places things that I'd like to do. That's where I'm gonna meet someone. Not,
Yeah.
Now I met a guy in a grocery store before. That did not go well. He was very odd.
What do you mean by odd?
He was an odd person. Just even from just conversation, I could tell from the jump. Like a couple phone calls. Just weird stuff. I was like, either he got a woman, a wife, or he felt like just trying to see if he still had it or something. He was just weird from conversation, and I was like, okay, I'll just talk to you later.
I had a dude in my old marriage. This dude told me, he was married as well, and he was trying to tell me to get up on this girl that we worked with, and I was like, nah, I'm cool. He was like, wait a minute, you married and you don't cheat? He said it like it was the thing to do, and I'm like, nah. At the time, I wasn't though.
That was at the plant, right?
No.
Oh,
this was at a restaurant.
Dang.
So he was like, he was the supervisor, and he was like, yeah, bro. Sometimes I cheat just to see if I still got it. I said, bro, I know that I still got it just off a conversation. Wow. I don't have to do all of that.
Wow.
And he looked at me like I was dumb, and I'm looking at him like he dumb. I just walked away from him.
Wow.
But this is when I was actually trying to be faithful. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I started cheating, it was a different story, but I started cheating for a different reason.
All right, hey to the caller.
What's going on, caller? You on the air?
Hey, man, I had to call back on this Mr. Charles stuff situation.
What up,
Dorian?
Listen, let me give you ladies a pointer. Okay, first of all, these old cats, these boomers, they'll knock your back out. No problem. They will Viagra you to death. They Cialis you to death. Don't mess with Mr. Charles.
Yeah, speaking to a woman, that's not true.
Yeah.
Unless you've been messing with Mr. Charles, you can't say that, Dorian. I'm letting you know it's not always true.
Well, my whole thinking is this too, and I'm like I said, I'm gonna speak for the fellas, even the old cats. You can't be just begging for no money. They're not dumb. They're the ones that taught us. If you was raised by any of them, you know the game. They taught the game. They know the game. So here's the thing. Even if you gonna come at him, like my father, he's 75, right? He was married. My mama died. That man, he pimping and pandering right now. He ain't spending a nickel on nobody. But it's about if you need something fixed, he got you. If you need something, don't think he gonna just come out his pocket just to pay your bills, because them days are over with.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
over with. They're not game goofy like that. This is a whole different generation of older cats. And then anybody in their 40s, in their 50s and 60s, you might as well look. They'll pay for something.
Right. That's the age I'm talking about, because I'm 48, so I'm not looking for Mr. What you call him, Charlie? What's his name?
Yeah.
Mr. Charles. Look, 70 something ain't me. 60.
Charles make y'all whole though.
Yeah, he can build the house for me. He can build the house for me.
He'll build and pay for it if it's the right situation.
Okay, that's cool, but I'm still like at the 60s, 50, 60 age range.
Yeah.
He's still looking out.
I get you. He's still looking for a little meat on the bone. I feel
yeah, just a little meat on the bone there, Dorian, just a little bit.
Appreciate you calling back, my dog.
All right, for sure.
Appreciate you for tuning in, Dorian.
For sure.
Always.
Appreciate everybody that's tapping in.
Yes.
We about to go to a video real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
I will attract into my life what I am, not what I want. And I am capable of attracting all things that the source is capable of attracting. That's the difference. It's like you get what you are rather than what you want. I am well. I am happy. I am content. I am fulfilled. Even if your senses tell you that you're depressed, you don't say I am depressed, because if you say I am depressed, you connect with depression, and the universal source, God, whatever you want to call it, will align in such a way to offer you whatever it is.
More depression.
Here's some more depression.
That's real.
That's real.
Listen.
That's why I say I don't know. I can't go out there because you don't want to attract the wrong thing.
Exactly. And I've been to a point where I've attracted all the wrong things because something was clearly wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I was going through something, being depressed. And that's what I ended up attracting.
You attract that lonely, depressed soul.
And then we end up trauma bonding and all that other crap. It was a mess. It was a mess. However, once I got up out of that, that's when I started working on myself. That's what's important too. When you getting out of a relationship or whatever the case may be, work on yourself and heal from what you was going through with that fool. All right, because when you try to hurry up and jump to somebody else, you bringing on all that baggage, mental, spiritually, emotionally, all of that baggage into the next relationship. You don't want to do that because all you doing is creating more monsters. All right, work on yourself and don't put out if you got a bunch of depression and going on, please get some help. Okay, you ain't got to necessarily go to a therapist, but get some help. Keep good people around you. Don't run them away because you can definitely run them away if your energy is off.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah.
If you aren't ready to let go of your past, don't try to move on with the future.
Please.
I had to learn that I still have friends. Like you say, you friends with your exes. My exes know the boundaries.
Yeah.
So long as you establish that, I feel like you'll be okay. Contrary to what people think, and most men say that, oh, they just waiting on their turn, they still waiting off to the side. No, when you mess up, you fumble the ball with your own insecurity sometimes, on worrying about what they thinking. I promise you, they ain't thinking nothing about. I've had to tell women that, like, my ex or your ex, he not thinking nothing about me no more.
Right.
Not in that way.
Right.
So if you're intimidated by me just because we're still friends, that's the issue. Now, if I'm being respectful, now you got exes that's disrespectful.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking about that.
Absolutely.
Them ones that's just, here. One rule I had back in the day, we out at the bar, and your friend, y'all still friends, and she think you paying her bill, I got a problem with that. That's disrespectful, in my opinion. I stand by that.
Right.
You're not going to pay somebody else's bills while I'm your woman.
Yeah.
Now, whatever y'all do. But that, to me, was way out of line. Like, I'm not talking about just buying a drink, but like, you got this drink, you got your cousin drink, you buying a bill, and y'all trying to slip him the bill. Don't slay, and he slipped it right to me. That's the respect level that I'm talking about. Don't do that.
Yeah, I understand that. And Brittany said, it's what you entertain is not what you attract. We've always attracted.
Yes, that's what I wanted to get to that comment. I'm glad you said that.
I agree with her because we are always attracting. Sometimes you're going to attract something that you don't want to attract, or you're going to attract something that you would. Might not be the right time, but it is what you entertain. And I didn't look at it like that, so thank you, Brittany.
Yes, that's deep. You know I got to go. We got to have a part 2.
Yeah.
Britt, come on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but
I'm gonna invite somebody to your show. I'm so ignorant.
But no, have you ever entertained somebody that you really didn't want to be with? Or
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What was the circumstances?
Money. No.
That's cool. That's cool. Hey.
That sounds like prostitution. No, let's not get that wrong, guys. I entertain probably because just the atmosphere, being out tipsy, just having more conversation, and then you just get to know a person, you end up entertaining them longer than you would have.
Yeah.
Just off of them knowing somebody else too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done that definitely. And then you think it's something, but it's really not. So you kind of try to backtrack.
Okay.
But yeah, I've definitely been in situations where I've been around a little bit longer than I should have.
Okay.
Definitely.
I understand that. What's up, Carly? You on the air?
Hey, y'all. What's going on? This is Brittany Chanel.
What's up,
Brittany
B?
Chanel.
Hey, Britt. So I see this is a dope topic.
Thank
you. Says you are what you attract. So I don't necessarily think it's like what you attract. I think it's what you entertain, right? Because we're always attracting. And you can't help who's attracted to you or who likes what you like. You know what I'm saying? Or who has interest in you.
Yeah.
But you can control what you decide to entertain.
Right.
We just said,
We're
it's a
always
delay. So you're going to see it afterwards. Okay. He literally just said exactly what you said. He read your comment.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're always attractive. So that's why, and it's not what goes into a person, it's what comes out of a person. Right? So, like, we're getting stuff all the time. Think about it, like, everywhere, all the time. But what's coming out of you is who you really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And you can't hide who you really are. Because who you are is what you're going to attract.
Yeah. Yep.
It is.
Get that.
And who you are comes out in adversity. That's who you really are comes out.
Who you really are is going to determine. Yeah, like,
yes.
Because people getting stuff all day, every day. People, I'm in my word, I'm reading the Bible, blah, 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 blah. you know that based on what's coming out of you. Like, they talk about the fruit and all of that, and you can tell that based on what people entertain and all that type of stuff. So that's why I believe you are what you entertain, not necessarily what you attract.
Very true. That's going to be part 2, Britt. That's going to be all of we going to come on. Well, I'm normally at work at this time, so this is very special to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm normally at work.
I got you, and I'm gonna be there and let Doria know this what 2 minutes look like. Bye.
That's right.
I appreciate you.
I love it.
Pretty hilarious.
It.
Oh man,
she not lying.
Yeah,
she gonna keep it raw.
Yeah, she funny as hell, man. But yeah, the times that I've entertained somebody that I didn't want to be with, it was 2 things for me. One, I was in survival mode because I got kicked out I'm not gonna say at an early age, but at an age where I was not nowhere near ready. Okay. And I had to survive out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was literally homeless before I started jumping from house to house, couch surfing from one family member house to the next. I was out here bold. So I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I would entertain just so I could have something to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't
just gigolo.
Pretty much. So. Yeah.
That's them feet, y'all.
Yeah.
Big feet.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that definitely happened. I needed some food. You know what I'm saying? Because back then I wasn't cooking for myself. Nothing other than breakfast, but I needed somewhere to stay, so I cook anyway.
That's real.
So these things have happened to me. So when I entertain certain people and they thought it was something big, this is why I'm big on not hurting or playing with nobody now.
Yes.
Like, when they thought it was going to be something real, they was like, wait a minute, I thought we was about to, and then I'm sitting up there looking stupid like, man, look, I was struggling out here, blah, blah, blah. They like, you could have kept it real. I would have did this, I would have did that. I'm like, hey, my bad. And I was heartless back then too. But when I look back on it, I'm like, yo, I was bold. Yeah. I ain't had to do that girl like that. So you know what? Then that's what made me start, like, I didn't know how bad I really hurt the woman until like years later. Yeah. Where when I seen her, it looked like she wanted to kill me.
Yeah, because when you use a person, or when somebody feels used, that's a...
Yeah. So it's a bad, but at the same time I was embarrassed because of my situation. Right. I'm 18, 19 years old out on the street. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And I didn't have the patience to sell drugs. So it was either I didn't. I really didn't. It was either I pimp or figure out another way, some type of scheme. But it wasn't. But drug dealing just wasn't for me. I tried it. It wasn't no good look for me.
That's what I call myself, a matchmaker. Like, I knew some guys that wanted to meet some girls, and now they call that a madam. Yeah. But back then, I was just calling it matchmaking.
Yeah.
Getting a little percentage. That's all. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
I ended up doing that too. So it was like,
your friends, we could be friends. We can hang out every weekend. All right, shout out to Biggie.
Exactly. So yeah, man, it's like I had to do what I had to do, but at the same time I realized I can't hurt nobody just because I'm in survival mode.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me start being more upfront. Like, I don't want to keep hurting people. I see what hurt people
and
look like.
And you realize that they can still be hurt off of your honesty. Just because you're honest doesn't mean that they're not gonna be hurt.
Trust me, I know that too.
But it's less on you. It's less your fault.
There you go.
They still can be hurt, but now it's like they're more hurt because they made the decision.
Yes.
To still give you. So, and I've been there. I've been like, dummy, he told you.
Yeah, I'm glad
he wasn't trying to do this. Like, he told you this. And more women, a lot of kids wouldn't be here if y'all kept that attitude. He told you he didn't want no kids. So why you mad because he left when you kept that baby?
Yep.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. If you was honest with yourself from the beginning, these kids wouldn't be suffering the way they suffering, and these women wouldn't be feeling trapped and having to kill their kid. Like, the stuff that's in these women's minds is scary.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And these kids are the ones suffering, but don't nobody want to see the flip side of that story on how did mom and daddy meet? What was y'all doing? What was the promises? Was he lying to her? Did he tell her I had a family and I ain't want to be bothered with you? And she just took it upon herself like, well, I had his baby. It's going to be all right. Yeah. And don't act like it don't happen. We have to start talking about the things that's really happening.
Yes, absolutely. Because these kids
the days of keeping it cute and mute is over.
No, it's over.
It's exposure time. It's exposure season.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I'm glad you said that. But listen, I got people mad at me because of my podcast, of me keeping it so real and honest. And I'm like, well, this is what happened.
It's not coming from a hurtful place. I can see if, like back in the day, your hurt phase, that's over.
Absolutely.
It's exposure time.
Yeah.
That's biblical. I'm sorry, y'all. Read the Bible. 2025.
And I tell these truths to help other people. I wasn't trying to really expose anybody or put anybody on blast. I was just putting it out there like, hey, listen, this is what happened with me.
You're healing.
I can help. Exactly.
Yeah, you're healing.
Maybe I can help you with this because I went through it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. It is exposure season.
And that's the trick of the enemy, to make you feel like you isolated.
Yeah.
That you're the only one. Nobody else is going through this. Nobody else. Trust me, there's plenty of women out there that had kids that a man didn't want.
Yes.
And they knew it.
Yeah.
And now you want to blame that man. Well, he's supposed to be here and this is supposed to... No. And fellas, yeah, y'all can step it up. The baby here now.
Yes.
So now you got to deal with it.
Yeah.
But I would advise every man to get a blood test. Every man.
Definitely.
Every man. I don't care how old your child is. They could be 40.
Yeah.
Get a blood test.
Get a test. Get a test, man.
Because that is important with medical history, things going on in this world. They don't even know who they are.
I have no sympathy for no man that's out here just sitting up here free skeeting in women and making babies and not taking care of them. Yep. I'm sorry, because I'm a product of that. So I don't have no sympathy for no man that's out here doing that.
Absolutely.
None. If you know you got a woman pregnant, cool. Take care of that baby. Y'all ain't got to be together. Y'all ain't even got to be friends. Just be on point so y'all can look out for that kid.
But that's the flip side, where a lot of women aren't allowing these men to be in their life because they still so butthurt about being a hoe.
Oh,
you was a hoe. It's okay. You wanted the nut. I'm sorry to get graphic, y'all.
No, it's fine.
But you wanted that.
Yeah.
Y'all produced this child. He told you he wasn't ready. He didn't want no kids. Now the baby here. Now he's like, okay, I'm gonna embrace it. Let me get the baby. You just can't come get my kid when who's around him. Stop.
Exactly.
Y'all ain't doing nothing. Now I can see if it's a dangerous situation, he don't have a home setting, then you got to reevaluate your life too, because you was messing around with a man that ain't had no place. Like,
yeah, exactly.
He ain't got nowhere to go.
Exactly.
So now you butt out, the kids butt out. Like, come on. Then you got the grandma, aunties, cousins, the village taking care of the kids, and while you out, get pregnant again.
Exactly.
Life is lifing.
Yeah, please wear protection. Something. I mean, and
this
women,
is real life, y'all. I ain't talking about nothing I don't know. That's why I'm so passionate.
And
about
ladies,
it.
ladies, if you know that man don't want no kids, make him wear a condom. Or if you not gonna make him wear a condom, take that pill.
Or just don't. You really that horny? Just don't y'all have books to read? Like, can you just wait?
No, but some people. No, you know what I've learned though. Some people there are nymphomaniacs out there. So I do understand that some people just wired different.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's
everywhere they go, everything is sexual. I get it.
Yeah. I get it too. Oh, I want to expound on my man. My man's Carlton. What up, though, bro? He said people claim they want transparency, but don't have the emotional intelligence to receive it.
Hallelujah.
Dog, that was a word, bro.
That's a whole word.
Yes.
Shundo.
You absolutely right. You absolutely right. I've had women be straight up, not with me, but with other men, and told them, like, listen, I understand you like me. That's cool and cute. However, I have other suitors. Are you going to be okay with being somebody extra? Because this is my life. And this dude flipped out about this. Like, what you mean? Start going off on her, calling her out her name. She like, sir, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
So now I'm a hoe because you didn't like what I had to say. I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving you the option to not mess with me, even though you claim you really want to mess with me. That's crazy to me. But he's right. I've done it. Hey, listen. You don't want to be with me. Okay, I'm nothing, right? I got this girl, this girl, this girl, and this girl. If you want to be my Sunday or Saturday, that's fine.
You was that raw?
Yes. I had to be, though. Again, I don't have tall nigga privileges. So I had to be this. All right? I had to be this guy. So when I put that out there, some women took it well. Some women didn't. The ones that did take it well, some of them thought, oh, you know what? He's that honest. I'm going to keep him around because I never had nobody honest.
Right.
Then, I'm going to change him. He going to drop all them other girls because of me.
Yep.
No. I straight up told a girl one day, you don't want to, I understand why you like me. I get it. I like me. But you're going to get played. Okay? You're going to get played.
It's the confidence or is it the arrogance?
I'm sorry. Confidence.
It's confidence, guys. Yeah. To know you is, but people like that don't know you would be like, he is so arrogant.
No, it's not.
I've never got that vibe from you, even when I first met you.
No,
I didn't get that at all. I was like, he just confident with it.
It's just confidence. That's all.
I ain't mad at it.
When you know who you are and you got God in your life, it's a confidence. Yeah. And to somebody that don't know who they are, somebody don't know who they are or insecure, it's gonna come off as arrogant every time.
My brother, shout out to Dice, because I know he's probably still watching, and he's gonna say, "How you gonna agree with what Todd do, and I do the same thing, and you cuss me out?" Because it's different. Okay, it's just different. I've known you longer. I don't know this man like that, so it's a
you
different.
And Dice like brother and sister.
We are brother and sister. Like, his dad dated my mom back in the day. That's my brother
and sister.
So
that's it.
I know you from years. I don't know you like that,
right?
But like I say, you have to be careful with how you treat people. I don't know. You raw with it. I give you that a little bit. I'm not if like you that. Laid it up like that, like I got this one on Monday too, I don't think he that raw.
I would, but see, you got to understand too. You're the version of me that you mean right, is more mature in me. Okay. Back then, I'm talking about in my 20s. Oh yeah. I was raw with it. I was ridiculous. Woo. Sometimes probably a little too raw. However, I thought that was my key to not having to deal with nonsense. Oh yeah. And this is where when you said your honesty don't keep you out of hot water, oh no. That didn't always work for me. I saw the other side of me being honest. It don't always work out. You know,
but truth and transparency is actually a turn on for women, fellas. Women do not leave. Let me give you some jewels before we go. Because I don't see Shanny doing the gang signs yet.
No. Shout out to her for extending the time. I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
The jewels. I forgot it that fast. I told you I forget stuff.
No.
What you talking about?
You was talking about honesty and being the best way to go with women.
So being honest, cheating is not why women leave you. We normally will not leave over to cheat. We gonna be upset. We gonna cry. We gonna be mean, and we go, oh, he ain't getting no coochie for a while. Da, 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 da. Which is the dumbest thing ever, because if he cheated, why would you restrict the coochie? But
make it make sense.
Make it make sense, y'all. Yeah. But the honesty about it. If I didn't have to catch you and you was just man enough to come to me and say, hey, I messed up, babe. We gonna be mad. Don't get me wrong. But that, when we have time to calm down and digest and think about it, you can get your lady back.
Yeah, that's real.
You can get your lady back. But that lie, stop with the lie. Just be honest.
Yeah. And that's another thing about me too. Like, before we get out of here, I was even when I started messing around in my past marriages, they both got a warning before I did anything. Nobody could say that I lied no. You got your warning, and when you get your warning, that's it. It's only so many times I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah, because what was the warning was the conversation. It wasn't ever just flat out, look, I'm thinking about sticking my dick somewhere else.
No.
Ain't nobody that wrong.
No. I didn't. Now, see, even I got limits.
Okay,
so I wasn't doing all of that, but I would let somebody know that they're lacking. It didn't even have to just be about sex, just in other areas that I didn't care for. Hey, you don't get it together, there's another you somewhere else.
And you have the choice to leave then.
Yeah.
I was given that ultimatum in a relationship. And I said, if I'm in a relationship and ain't even a marriage yet, it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
Because on days where I can't perform, or if I don't feel like it, or my sex drive ain't what yours is, and you won't, not to be vulgar, but you won't hear more than I'm willing to give, yeah, you need another person.
Yeah, that's real.
I'm fine with that.
That's real. Shout out to Pia. She said I was a piece of work, but very honest.
Hey.
But listen, P, even though I was a piece of work, wasn't that honesty appreciated? Because everybody else was sitting up here being flagrant. I wasn't. And that was the standout. That's where the attraction came from with me and most women. I was not trying to hide nothing because I didn't want to deal with all that drama. So it was a bit of selfishness, but it was to help y'all out too.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
That's it.
Now.
Yeah.
Back then, I probably was I'm trying to remember my 20s.
Yeah, man.
But from my 20s, I was with the same person off and on. So.
Yeah. See, me, I was jumping around. So I definitely get it though, but we definitely gonna do a part 2 of this one day and have Britt, especially if you got an off day on the Wednesday. I appreciate it.
Well, hopefully an older man sees this and wants to take me out of my job.
Hey, Share. Make sure y'all sharing this, please. Share this.
That's gonna be the clip.
So somebody can see Miss Rhea and sponsor her. Okay.
It's crazy.
Get it out there.
It's crazy because it's true.
Yeah. Man, the truth is great sometimes. Man.
Yeah, you gotta speak it into existence.
Yeah.
And be able to practice what you preach and offer what you want. You
Absolutely.
can't be a nickel looking for a dime.
Exactly. And on that note, we about to get up out of here. Rhea, I thank you.
I appreciate you.
Lovely as usual.
Thank you.
We out of here, y'all. Indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talks with Todd.